and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin, and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. Today's video is going to be a very quick Project Pan update for January. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So I actually wasn't sure if I was going to do monthly updates for my Project Pan, but I do have some things to just share with you. So I figured I'd go ahead and film this video. So this is going to be very, very quick because I only have 8 items to talk about. First, I want to go ahead and link you to my 2023 Project Pan intro up above. It's also linked down below. I am doing a seasonal Project Pan, just to recap, which means that at the end of each quarter of the year, I will flip out items and bring new items in. So my purpose for this Project Pan is just to give some items some love, possibly finish some things up, but mostly just kind of give some love to some items that have been hanging around for a while that I have not been using. So we're gonna go ahead and talk from my empty, because I do have an empty, and then we'll just kind of go on through. I will let you know how many times I use the item. I will show you progress pictures if there are any, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and talk about the empty first. So this item I actually thought had a lot more product in it, but it turns out there was like none in there. And that was these CoverFX mattifying booster drops. So I could have sworn that there was a lot more product in here because when I did the stopper or the dropper, it looked like there was product, but this is all like dried in there. So this has like a powdery texture. You can kind of see it actually around on the end maybe. It's just kind of powdery. It dries powdery on your skin. It kind of dried it down a little bit powdery, so you had to like really press it in. But I actually only got to use this 9 times before it was finished. So I did finish this on January 10th. I was using this every single day, even when I didn't wear makeup, and it's gone. So I'm excited that I can move it out of my collection. I don't know that I would have really focused and used it up had I not put it in this Project Pan. So even though it didn't last very long, it's probably a good thing that I went ahead and included it because I've managed to finish it off. So this is 1 item down, which means there are 7 items left in this Project Pan. So let's just talk about them. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. So I have been tracking the progress on this. So there are 3 marks at the top, which I actually started last year in 2022. And then the yellow mark is the mark for February. So if you can see right here, I did use quite a bit from that blue mark to the yellow mark. However, as you can probably tell, there's still a lot of product in the side that I cannot get like squished down. So even though I marked it right there's a little bit more product than that, but I'm okay with that. I figure I can cut it open at the end and scoop everything out of like the sides that is not moving down the tube. But this is really nice progress. So I did use this 8 times in January because I was also kind of playing with a couple different foundations that I was trying to finish up. And then some days I went very minimal makeup with like only some concealer. So I did use this 8 times. I feel like that is pretty darn good considering the usage that I got out of it. My goal is still to finish this up before the 2nd quarter of the year. So we are on track to do that. Next, let's talk about another item that I carried over from my 2022 Project Pan, and that is this Tarte lipstick in the shade Salt Life. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the progress picture right here. So as you can see, I did use a little bit more of it. Here is where we are in terms of what the product looks like. So I still feel like I can get this used up by the end of March. To use this, I have been like putting it on my hand like this and then like dabbing a brush or my sponge into it to apply. So I'm using like a decent amount of this each time I do use this, and I did use it 7 times in January. So my goal for February is going to be to double that amount. I kind of want to just use this one almost every day because I really, really want this gone. So yeah, we will see what kind of progress I can have by the end of February, but 7 times in January, not too bad. Okay, now let's talk about the other one that has some very nice progress, and that is this Taka perfume. This is in the shade Giulietta, the fragrance Giulietta, which is Giulietta. because I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but it does look like this. Now, I did not mark this at the start of January because it was pretty much full, but here's where we are, y'all, at the end of January, and I am really, really impressed. So I feel like this is probably going to be done by the end of February, which will be really great because then I can roll in like a little sample mini that I have and see if I can't finish that up for like the remainder of the first quarter. But I am really excited that this is making such good progress. I really do like the scent of this. It's like fresh, not really floral, more like a fresh scent, and I've really been enjoying using it. So yes, I did use this 13 times in January, but that is some significant progress. So we'll see if I can get this done by the end of the month. That would be pretty awesome. Okay, now let's talk about the ones that you're not going to see really any use on, and that's because I either didn't use them very often or just because they were almost brand new when I started it. So the first one is this Buxom lipstick, and I'm going to roll it all the way out. I did this in the intro video as well. So here's where we are with it rolled all the way out. I only used this one time in January. So my goal for this lip product is going to be to use it at least 5 times in February. That's completely doable. I'm just not the biggest fan of lip products, and that's why I have so many of them laying around not getting used. So the full name of this is the Full On Lipstick. This is in the shade Las Vegas, and I only used it one time. So note to self, do better with this product because it's a really pretty shade. I actually like the way it looks a lot. I also think it would probably make a pretty nice cream blush. So that may be a way for me to use it at some point, especially since it's getting older and I may not want to apply it to my lips for too much longer. But yes, one time. My goal for February is 5 times. And we'll see how I do. The other lip product that I have in my project pan is this Bite Beauty Lip Balm Lip Gloss. It's the Yay Sayer Plumping Gloss. I should probably just read it. This is in the shade Guava Puff. Now, I did use this a total of 3 times. It sounds, you know, I made it sound a lot more exciting than it is. 3 times, but I did go ahead and mark it this time. So that yellow mark is where it was at the end of January, and this way I can actually see how much use I'm getting from it. I did use it today. I also want to preface this. I started the month of February off with a really bad case of laryngitis. So I was not going to work and I was not wearing makeup. So for the first 4 days of February, because I'm filming this on February 5th, I didn't wear any makeup, but I did put this on today, and I am going to set myself a usage goal for this of 10 times. I feel like 5 for that lipstick, 10 for the gloss. Totally doable, even though February is a short month, because I can pop this on and even though it wears away, that's kind of actually my preferred lip product, is one that does not leave like the remnants of itself all over things when you drink and things like that. So 10 times for this. I will let you know how I do when I film my update at the end of February, and hopefully this will have some progress to share with you. Okay, now let's get to the 2 cheek products. This first one is the Enchanted Mirror Blush from ColourPop. This was part of their Disney Designer collection, and you can basically see like no use on this, but I did use this a total of 9 times, so maybe you can see a little bit of use like right in here. So I basically just dip my brush in and put it on. I am wearing it today. It's a very pretty light pink shade. It's got some shimmer, some sparkle in it, and I like it. I just don't think it's the best blush ever, but I am hoping to continue to get some decent use out of it. So 9 times in January, and because I want to focus primarily on that Tarte lipstick, this may not get a lot of use in February. That's kind of why I put it on today. I will say when I am in a rush, this is an easier blush to use than the Tarte lipstick because of how I have to apply that one as a blush. So this will still get some use because sometimes I'm not the most timely getting up in the morning, and I do like the color. So yes, I did use this 9 times, and we will kind of see what it looks like at the end of February. And the last item that I have is this Becca highlighter. This is in the shade Rose Quartz. So as you can see, it does actually have a little bit of a dip in the middle, and I did use this 6 times. This had some use, not a ton, but a little bit of it. And I do really like this. I use this a lot as like an inner corner highlight for my eyeshadow look. I will put it on my cheeks, my nose sometimes, but because that ColourPop blush had shimmer in it, anytime I wore that one, I didn't use this just because that was a little too much shimmer. But this is really nice over top of that Tarte lipstick because that's very matte. So, you know, we'll continue to use it, see if I can't get a little bit more of that dip expanded. And again, I used it 6 times, so not too shabby. And there you have it. That is my very quick January Project Pan update. Hopefully you enjoyed taking a look at how I've been doing. In some cases, not so well, but some of them pretty good. And if you enjoyed this video, please do leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. I will be doing a February Project Pan update just to let you know like how my usage goals went. So I will see you then, and I will also see you in my next video. Bye everyone.